Okay, let's get started tonight. It's going to be an amazing night. We've got so many people in here that wants to tell a story, and I can't wait. First of all, though, we would like to recognize the parents. First of all, if you're a parent, please stand up. If it wasn't for y'all taking a chance with us, having your child all week long and taking them on these trips, we'd be lost. And I really appreciate it. I do want to recognize Miss Smith. She's been with us for a long time, and this is her last year being with us. And she means a lot. She's been on every trip. She goes everywhere with us, and it means a lot to me that she does that. And that's dedication there on the parents. So thank you so much. Miss Lisa, hold up for a second, please. Before Miss Lisa has to go back to work in the clinic, she goes on all the trips with us as the nurse. We couldn't do it without her. She's very dependable, very reliable, and she has the medicines for the students when they need it. And that's important for us as coaches. We don't have to worry about it. And we're very grateful for having Lisa to go with us on these trips. So thank you, Miss Lisa. Also, we also need to say thank you to the administration here at the school for allowing us to participate in sports here at school and going off on the trips and being supportive of the students here at the school. I've been here a long time, and I hear stories all the time. I didn't get to do this in the public school. And I'm thankful that we are able to do this. When you come into my room, I've got letters from students in the past that thank us every single day for letting them come out and do that. And that's the sign of a good parent, to be able to do that. And so thank you for that, and thank you, administration, for doing that. Administration, can you please stand up, please? All right, we're here for the guest speaker. I was cleaning out boxes, and I was going through these books, and I kept on seeing this gentleman's name in them, George. He did this in wrestling, he did this. I said, I gotta find that person. Then all of a sudden it clicked. I said, I know that person. I see him at the TBE meetings all the time. And I said, he'll be wonderful to talk about his experience as a student here and in sports. And we've been talking back and forth. He says we're going to have to pull the hook on him because he could talk all night long, which is grateful, because I would love to hear the stories. And so we're very grateful that he came tonight and wants to share some stories with us about him when he was here at TSP. He graduated in 1971. And I can't wait to hear the stories. And he asked for the microphone to not be on the stand. He wants to walk around and be able to talk. And hopefully we're able to listen to his stories because they're going to mean a lot to us. So thank you for Mr. George Weingroff here, please. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and it's absolutely my honor to be here. I was a 1971 graduate of TSB, and it was a very special time in my mind that, when I was here. And so let me go back to the beginning. My father was a professional wrestler. His name was Gentleman Saul Weingroff. And back in the day, there was no cable TV, so there's 3 channels on the TV. So Saturday morning, wrestling was the biggest thing since sliced bread. My dad was a pretty big personality. So my parents were divorced, and I would come up here during the summer. He had bought a house in Donaldson. We'd drive by the school, and he says, "Are you interested in going there?" And I said, "Nah, I wouldn't want to go to a place like that." He says, "Well, I'd like for you to come up here and live with me." So he badgered me for a couple of years. So one day in July, we come in. There's nobody in the building. We walk down the hallway, and then I guess right out the door here was Mr. Brewer and Gary Coker. They were excited with my dad because he was a pretty big personality on TV. So Mr. Brewer, first thing he does is he walks me over to the gymnasium and puts me on the scale to see what I weigh, to see where I could fit in on his wrestling team. By the way, did you know this auditorium here is named after him, the Ralph A. Brewer. Ralph was probably, in my mind, the best coach in Middle Tennessee and probably one of the top coaches in the state at the time. Ralph was a state high school wrestling champ, and he wrestled at Auburn University. So I was very fortunate with that. And I don't know, I want to tell my story that how Ralph motivated me. I was here for about a week, and I'm kind of messing up on the mic, I apologize. But he pulls me aside, he said, "I think you could be a state champ." And I said, "Not me." And he said, "Yeah." So I kind of thought, well, this guy has wrestled before, and he wrestled at Auburn, he must know what he's talking about. So my point is, Ralph believed in me. And that was the total motivation. I couldn't wait to get off the wrestling mat and get a handshake from him and him tell me, way to go. All right, I think wrestling season started right after Thanksgiving. So we didn't have a lot of time to prepare, and our first match was in early December. And we had a pretty good team. We were predicted to win our division. We actually had a full team. I guess it was 12 or 13 team members. So we go to Maplewood High School. Maplewood High School schedules the match at 1 o'clock so that they can have the entire school body there. There's at least, 1,500 people there. And so we're in the center of the gym. And at the time, my dad, and some of you, I don't know if you older people might have heard of Tojo Yamamoto. They're behind our bench. And on the other side is Lynn Rossi and the world heavyweight wrestling champ, Lou Thesz. And Ralph is good friends with the editor of the sports department for the Banner, the newspaper. So they were there, they had some TV cameras, and I'm scared to death. So it comes down to the very last match. I'm wrestling heavyweight. If I win, we win the dual meet, and we win most likely the division championship. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I can't embarrass my dad and everybody else. So I was green as grass. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was able to eke one out. So I guess my point is that I was motivated by pleasing my coaches and my father. He pretty much never missed a dual meet. The gym was magical back then. It was, you know what the gym is. They have we had a pep band. Our cheerleaders were good. It'd be so loud in there. It would. Other kids from other schools told me they were scared to death in there. Yeah, it was real magical. I wasn't even the best wrestler on the team. My last 2 years, I lost only 2 matches. And we had another wrestler, Freddie Bailey. He was better than me. He lost 2 matches. He lost in the state finals. So I don't know, I'm a little emotional that I'm so grateful for what TSB gave me. I came when I was in the 10th grade, and I was able to parlay what I was doing into a wrestling scholarship. I went to UT Chattanooga, wrestled for 4 years on the team. Not a bad team. We were second in the NCAA Division II. Met a lot of good contacts. I forgot this. Has anybody here ever heard of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? Did you know that he went to McGavock High School when he was 15 years old for 1 year? Yeah, he sure did. And did you also know your past superintendent, Dr. David Martin, was dabbling a little bit in professional wrestling, and he actually traveled the roads when Dwayne was first starting. Dwayne was green as grass, and so he was traveling and driving with him to Memphis and Louisville and Evansville and Lexington and all that. I don't know if he ever told you those stories. True story. Okay, so I was able to parlay it into a lot of things. So first, I want to tell you there's a couple of interesting things. The first day I graduate from college, I fly to Toledo, Ohio to meet my dad, and I'm going to do a little bit of professional wrestling. I already had a job lined up in September to work for Mo Harrelson. He had been Ralph Brewer's coach here, and he was at the Indiana School for the Blind. So, first thing I get there, and there's a fella that I hooked up with that summer. Y'all ever heard of Randy Poffo? You ever heard of the Macho Man Randy Savage? Yeah, Randy and I, the entire summer, we would go to the gym, we'd go to Toledo University, and we'd practice moves. We would go to the bars together, we'd go to the swimming pools. I just had a great time that summer. And Randy this is interesting, he's about 160 pounds, very skinny. He had just got cut from baseball, so he was, wanted to break in and start a new career. Back then it was like $50 minimum to wrestle, and we weren't getting booked very much. So Randy went to the promoter and said, "I'll wrestle for $25 a night, just book me more." So he was very smart. He in learning his craft, and he parlayed that into his 2 best years in the WWF. He made $5 million a year. He was just super dedicated. So I guess my point is that all this comes back to being a student here at the School for the Blind, and the skills that it gave me, the skills in the classroom, the skills in wrestling and athletics. And I know you guys, if you're good in athletics and you're successful, you're building good habits. You're probably going to start doing well in school. Your parents are going to be proud of you. Your teachers are going to be proud of you. So I commend you for that. So I got a premonition on the way over here. It said, don't talk too long at a graduation or banquet because they didn't come to hear you. They come to hear the awards. But I want to tell you one other story. I was able to go to Japan. I went to Japan 5 times and stayed for about 4 weeks to 5 weeks. And I got put in the main events because the guy, his name was Tiger Jeet Singh. He was a big star in Japan, and he was older. He wanted to hold the ropes, and he wanted me to do the work. So I was able to work with the top guys, and one of the top guys was a guy named Wajima, who was a sumo grand champion. And he was transitioning over, and it's like, here I am, a little kid from the School for the Blind, wrestling at the grand champion in Japan. That's like playing football with Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. You know, it's the biggest thing since sliced bread. You know, it's like, wow. Japan it should be on your bucket list if you ever get a chance to visit. They're very adaptive to the visually impaired. When I first got there, the streets had these little yellow, I thought they were lines at first. They were rubberized, and they were canary yellow, and they're in the middle of the sidewalks, and then they got bumps on them. And I said, what? And it, you know, they're on all the streets. They go to the train stations. They go to the stores. And I said, well, how come I see this all over? He said, that's for the blind. If they can see the yellow, or if they're totally blind, they just walk on the dots, and then they're safe. So that was pretty cool. And that's the first time I'm over there, and this was in the 80s. They have bullet trains, and these things circle around the cities, and then they have another hub that you can go to the next city, and they go 214 miles an hour. It's like, shoo. So I had a lot of great experiences. I made good money. I made a lot of friends, and it was all due to my experiences that I parlayed from the School for the Blind. I love this place, and I commend you guys. And thank you so much for having me.
I told y'all we were in for a treat, so thank you again. Give them a round of applause again, please. Okay, when we have meets, matches, anything here, we have an athletic trainer that loves your child so much, and we really appreciate her so much. So this year we would like to give her a picture of all the sports teams this year. So Sadie, I'm gonna come to you since you hurt your leg, honey. And it's also good to see our family here too. I remember they were yay high. So thank y'all so much. We have coaches, and I don't know if you know that or not, that are so dedicated to the students. And I started looking around and started listening to them and talk to them. And they're doing amazing things outside of the school on trying to be great role models they are. And I'm going to start with track and field. And after all of this, you're going to see how qualified they are to coach your child here at the school. They sent me a bio. I don't need a bio. I know what they're doing. I do have the greatest job in the world just because I have the greatest people around, and I get to spend time with your students. The first person I want to talk about is Miss Hawkins. This is her first year. She's a professional athlete. She plays lacrosse. She went to Vanderbilt, played lacrosse. She played professional lacrosse this year. I watched her on TV. This year, she's qualifying for the U.S. team. She's at the last stage of it. If that doesn't qualify to be a coach, I don't know what is. Now she's going to be, they asked her to participate with the boys this year on lacrosse, which is a big deal. Big deal. So that's one of our track coaches, and that's a role model as well. Our next one is Miss Word. Miss Word, track star in high school, went to TSU. The Tiger Bells wanted her, but things happen. She'll dust you in the heartbeat running. So I really appreciate her too. If those two don't qualify as track coaches, I don't know who will. Dedicated to the student. They get here at 4 o'clock in the morning to practice with your child. And some of them have to come a long ways. Just because the heat when we start school back, it's so hot we can't practice in the afternoon, so we decided to practice in the mornings. So that's the safety of your child as well. They got that in line. I need somebody. Can y'all, I just did something. I purchased some shirts for them, and I really appreciate them. The next one is Emily. She does the go ball. And she's here at school doing all kinds of events here at school other than just the sports as well. And then all of a sudden I got a text on my phone. Look at me. I'm competing. And she is. She was in a competition. It's called Level Up. Competing against all these other people. Doing all kinds of crazy exercises. Running 200 meters. Doing burpees. Doing weights, another 200 yards around the track. She did that. She completed it. Now, this is her first time. She didn't meet her goal like she wanted to, but she completed. And if that's not a role model, I don't know what it is either. So thank you, Ms. Emily. And then we got Jay. Humphreys, they call him Coach Jay. He started out at TSP as a senior at Donaldson Christian Academy. They do their senior service projects here at the school. And I remember it very vividly. He was down with Mr. Lozano's room working with those students, and just fell in love with the school. And I'm so glad that we have him here. He also wrestled for DCA when they came over here to start the DCA program, and Jay was part of it. He knows what it means to be a coach. It takes hand over hand to be able to teach wrestling, and it's one person at a time. And when he has 20 people out there wrestling, it takes a lot of time, and that's dedication. He also does goal ball as well, and we couldn't do it without him. He does everything else here at the school as well. So thank you. And then you have Miss Bush. Miss Bush has been here almost as long as I have. We have seen our kids grow up together. We've been to Florida together with our kids, my personal kids, not your kids. And she has taught almost every sport here at the school. She's done swimming, she's done wrestling, she's doing cheerleading. And if that's not dedication, I don't know what it is. So thank you, Ms. Bush. All of these are amazing. This one, the next person, is Dr. Gardner. Dr. Gardner started this year in swimming, but a year and a half ago, she didn't even know how to swim. And now she's swimming every morning at the YMCA before she comes to school. And doing 30, 45 minutes of just swimming nonstop. Then she decided that she wanted to, that's what got her into the coaching part of swimming. So she decided to get her lifeguard certification as well. I've been through that lifeguard certification, and it's not a joke. It's 3 days of intense down and out of the water, saving somebody. It's not fun at all, but she did it. She was worried about it. I didn't have any doubt in her. Very dedicated, loves the kids. I think the kids are scared of her just a little bit because of the military background. But at the end, I have the honor to go to all these conferences, and they just love her to death. So thank you, Dr. Gardner. We'll stay with swimming. Miss Bentley, every time we need something, I call Miss Bentley. She said, "Oh yeah, I can do that." And she's just that person. She's got a child that's visually impaired. She knows how it is, and she's dedicated to your students. She went and got her lifeguard certification as well. It's hard. And we're so glad that she's here. So thank you so much. Miss Spencer does the forensics. Miss Spencer is a district state champ in forensics when she was in school. She has that personality for forensics. She's got it. And we really appreciate her taking the kids, practicing with the students for forensics. It's tough. Public speaking is tough for our students. But it's a great skill for our students to be able to, when you can speak, you can do job interviews, you can hold a job, you can communicate. So she's very dedicated as well. So I want to say thank you to her as well. Thank you. The next person is Ms. Shannon. I got another text probably about a month ago, maybe. She's leading the pack on these exercises that she does, competitions. You see her on the front row doing push-ups with weights over her head, down, and then weights up again. And she's grinning. I said, how in the world is she grinning in this competition? That's dedication right there. She loves the outdoors. She loves the competition. She plays sports. She hates to lose. And you have to have that. So thank you so much for chipping in and doing all you do too. So thank you. We also have Derek. He's a former student of mine as well. That's how old I'm getting. But Derek, he pitches in and does everything here that we need here at the school, from wrestling to go ball to DJing the prom, and does an outstanding job. He's a great role model for your child as well. He's very humble. I get on to him all the time, and he'll say, yes, sir, Mr. Joyner, I'll do better. But he can put up with me, and I really appreciate that, Derek. So we haven't done that in a while, so I just wanted to say thank you to the coaches. And I wanted to show y'all that your student, your child is in great hands when we go off on these trips, spending Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with them. They're in great hands. Great hands. And I just want to say thank you. Please give them a round of applause. Let's get started now on the real thing, what we're here for. We are here for the students here at TSP. So we're going to start with track and field. I have the honor and the privilege to be able to do that sport with these two young women here. And I'm very grateful. So I'm going to let them speak, and I'm going to sit down, and later on I might speak some more.
All right. Well, first I want to say I'm going to my third year of coaching track, and I love it. And talking to my track team, you know, it's all about the students. Track is unique because we do have morning practices where we have to get up early, and we practice 5 o'clock in the morning twice a week. And they don't have to do that, you know. We don't force them to do that. They do this on their own. And I just want to say thank you to my team. Can we just give a round of applause for them? I mean, that's a sacrifice, and not every morning is pleasant. Sometimes there's grumbles, and I don't want to talk right now. But they push through. It's hot. It's first out the gate as soon as school starts. So I'm just thankful for the students. I'm thankful for the parents that get up and bring them to these morning practices. So thank you, parents. I enjoy track. I loved it in high school. The exposure in college. Track for me was an outlet. When I was a teenager, it was a positive thing in my life and my coaches. So, and I also enjoy interacting with the kids. I'm the social worker here. You're probably thinking social worker track. So I have to wear a different hat, but I like to be able to interact with them in a lighter way. So I just want to say that I'm very thankful for that opportunity. Okay. So I'm just going to announce the whole team. And I'll have them come up. Well, can we have the whole track team come up? I'm sorry. So that would be Heaven Humphreys, whoever's here, Lily Fleeman, Sydney Little, Dina Abawaji, Taylor Fender, Baro Sidho, Alexis Branch, Tegan Tadlock, Kentrell Jones, Elise Dalton Stevens, Donnie Sands, Lee Smith, Preston Taylor, Ryan Mayberry, Austin Rogers, Bobby Brown, Yetzel Rivez, and Tyler Lester. Let me talk to you.
As everyone said already, thank y'all so much for coming. This is my first year as a teacher, and at TSB, and my dedication to sports my entire life has truly changed such a journey for me. But to be totally honest, I never did track and field growing up. So I learned more from this team up here. They guided me throughout the season, and I started picking it up, halfway through. And I'm excited for next year where I'm a lot more knowledgeable, but just learning through you guys and what you do. And even on the days where they were like, Coach Melissa, get out there, like come run with us. And I'd run miles and miles with them, and they'd tell me run faster, run slower, pace them. And that's what it's all about too. It's, yes, I can stand there and watch them do it, but jumping in and teaching them. And you guys taught me more than I even coached you. And I think that's really a testament to all these kids up here and of all those, characteristics that come with sports and outside of it. And it truly just brought me into this school of knowing them, seeing them, recognizing them in the hallway as well. And I'm just so, so proud of all that you guys have done and looking forward to next year as well.
So we have 4 certificates here, and I'm going to do most improved. So for the girls, most improved, Taylin Fender. For boys, most improved, Bobby Brown. All right, for the girls, most valuable, Alexis Branch. And for the boys track and field, most valuable, Lee Smith.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know about that. Oh, the belly.
Thank you.
I know y'all just sat back down, but Gold Ball team, come on up. We like to keep you on your toes.
Help your friends, help your friends.
Let's come down here with the girls. All right. My name is Emily Sullivan. I'm one of the Gold Ball coaches here. And there may be a girls and boys Gold Ball team, but we're one team. We do everything together. We share a court, and it's a great time. So let me introduce. We got Lexi Nichols, Tegan Tadlock, Bobby Brown, Taylin Fender, Alexis Branch, Liz Goldman, Lee Smith, Austin Rogers, Donnie Sams, and Kevin Huron. We're missing a couple up here, Kevin Humphrey, and Yetzel. Wasn't able to be here tonight. So I'm going to start with the girls. Get ready for my musical poetry. I know y'all are so excited. But first, I do want to say it was an honor to coach your children. They are truly an inspiration to us all. I love them dearly on their good and bad days. So we meet them where they're at. Okay, so are you ready for my poem? I worked really hard on it. There is no laughing. It's sincere. All right, here are a few words about my goalball girls. Each of them a precious and sometimes scratchy teenage pearl. The season came and went. Each of them made it through, I believe, without a dent. Each of them deserves a shout out. Every girl gave it their all without a doubt. Miss Branch, you are first, my fearless girl. I'm so proud of you and your new throw with a twirl. You, my dear, will not be stopped. Your drive, your confidence, your heart cannot be topped. Liz, now you, brand new to the sport. You grew so much on and off the court. You were always ready to work and learn. You jumped on the court, blocked and threw without concern. Heaven, my friend, always willing to lend an ear, on and off the court, taking life without a fear. You are my reliable navigator in front of that net. You can move from wing to wing without breaking a sweat. Nichols, your readiness to get better is hard to beat. Your growth over the years is quite the feat. You love this sport, this I know, because you always want to know how to improve your throw. Tegan, my relentless captain, not just from August to May. You enjoy helping others and knowing what is planned for the day. Next year, it will be my last year of hearing Miss Emily with a slightly sarcastic voice. Just knowing you and being a part of your life is something I will always rejoice. Taylin, my tiny but mighty wall. Brand new to goalball, nothing got past you, nothing at all. Though you may be small in size, your heart is bigger than the clouds in the skies. Now to all 6 of you, I am immensely proud of all that you grew. You took on Missouri in not 1, not 2, but 3 matches. There were tears, there were laughs, and possibly a few scratches. We cried it out, we stood in the sun. All of you were nervous when the championship had begun. But my heart was already filled with pride. We got second, and it was a wild ride. Next season, I believe, will be a different case, because we are bringing home a trophy that reads first place.
Oh my God.
Give it up for Miss Emily. I don't know how I'm supposed to follow that. I don't have a poem prepared. I'm not near that creative at all. But we did have a lot of fun with the boys' go-ball team this year. We've had a lot of turnover in go-ball the last few years. So a lot of these guys are young. A lot of these guys are doing positions they haven't done before. And I'm really proud of them. Every one of them went through a shootout to get on the team. We always have a lot of people try out for the boys' go-ball team. And so each one of them earned their spot and had to beat somebody out for it. So I'm proud of Donnie and Kevin and Austin, Lee, Bobby, and yourself for doing that. So for most improved for the boys, and they, like I said, they haven't been doing this very long. Austin was holding down center. I believe this first year you've been center the full time, right, Austin, or second?
No, second year. I was backup center last year.
Right.
This is my first year being this year.
A lot of responsibility on him. He handled it really well. We had some really tight matches, and I was impressed how they did at conference, and we walked away with 5th, but we were very close to 4th. Next year. So, most improved, Bobby Brown. Bobby stepped in at center and Austin needed a break, and if you ever seen a go-ball match, there's a lot of pressure on the center, and Bobby handled it really well. And for an 8th grader to do that, it shows a lot of mental toughness. Now, Derek has helped us out tremendously in go-ball, and Mr. Dwayne, too. Why don't y'all come on up? We couldn't do it without Derek and Dwayne, and they have a lot of expertise on go-ball, and we're very thankful they come and share it. But Derek's going to share our most valuable go-ball player.
All right. For most valuable go-ball player, I would like to say, this person I've known for a while, from when he was really small and very outspoken, always had questions, never could meet a stranger, and if he did, by the time he got finished talking to them, they weren't strangers anymore. This guy is always coming up asking, so what do you think about that? What can I do better to improve myself? With whether it's goalball or it's wrestling, he's always coming up trying to get feedback on what he can do better. So for most valuable, Lee Smith.
I got so excited about my poem, I forgot my awards. All right, so back to the girls. I'm going to start with most improved, and that goes to my tiny but mighty wall, Taylor Fender. And so most valuable, this girl was my fearless girl. That goes to Alexis Branch. All right. Well, go ball. That's a wrap. It was fun.
Thank you. If you're a wrestler, stay up.
Help a friend. Can you go like that? Wait, can you
Come on up, Junior. All the wrestlers, come on up. We got wrestling next. Yes, you are. Lieutenant. So after Go Ball ends that weekend, we go to conference, usually in St. Louis. We start wrestling practice right away on that Monday. And that shows you the heart these guys have to spend all weekend competing, traveling 8-9 hours. And then on Monday, we start rolling mats out. And we do it from November to February. And we do 20-some-odd dual matches with TSSAA schools all across Middle Tennessee. We traveled to Illinois twice this year. And these guys kept fighting, and they made it fun. This is one of the funnest teams I've coached in the last 10 years. And what also makes it fun is because this team here won more wins than any team I've coached since I've been at TSB. They won 66 individual matches against public schools and schools for the blind, so I'm very proud of them. They went to conference this year in Illinois, and we won first place in the NCASB for the 5th time in a row. And that's a new school record. So we're very proud of them. I was very thankful that Lee came back out this year. We had one more conference with him. He practiced with us. He showed some of these younger guys the things, and I'm going to miss him when he's gone. Let's give it up for Lee. We've been through a lot together. Been on a lot of matches and a lot of trips. They all did a great job at Pee Wee this year. I was really proud of them. Really impressed by how Tegan and Branch and some of the others, Lee, held down those practices. Ryan came out, as many as we could get. Cameraman. Yeah, Ryan manned the camera at some of our events. Did really well. We've got some young wrestlers coming up through Pee Wee that these guys are building relationships with. It's really exciting. What was I going to say? Thank you to all the volunteers, all the parents who helped, for Sadie being in all of our matches, all the other coaches who came to our event. We had over 150 wrestlers come out to our Wrestling Invitational in December, over 20 schools. We had 4 mats going, so it was the biggest we've ever done. So it's exhausting by the time we're done. I'm always tired by the end of the year. But like I said, they make it fun. And I really hope that they take the skills they learn on the mat and they take it off the mat. And I really think they will if they'll put the same determination and grit and things we've taught them to use when they go into the workplace and they go into school after school and with their families and every other challenge they approach in life. They're going to do really well. So I know they won't quit. So we have some awards for them. We will start with Horizon Award. So the Horizon Award, I believe, was started by Coach A and Coach Bob many years ago, and it highlights one of our up-and-coming wrestlers who we know is going to be something to see in the future. So we have an 8th grader we mentioned in the goalball team that showed a lot of mental toughness. We've watched him grow up and come through Pee Wee and grow taller and grow more mature. And so I'm proud of Bobby Brown. He received a prize. I'm going to let Coach Shannon, and I'm very thankful for Coach Shannon. Let's give it up for her. This is her first year. She made a very smooth year. It worked out great.
All right. First, I want to say how much fun I've had coaching this first year. I've learned so much, and it's been so fun to watch how much this team has grown. And it was such a fun year to come in with setting a record for wins, winning first in our conference, and just how much success all these wrestlers have had. So first, I'm going to hand out the award for Most Valuable Wrestler. So this wrestler is one of the hardest working student athletes that I know. She is always trying to prove not only herself, but push her fellow teammates to improve themselves. And for her impressive record on the mat with 17 wins, her leadership off the mat as well, Most Valuable Player, Tegan Tadlock. So the next award is Most Improved Wrestler. This wrestler has worked so hard this season and has made great strides in not only her skill, which I can attest to, for also wrestling against these gals, but also her endurance, which is shown true in her success on the mat with her impressive record of 19 wins and placing 5th in our region, which was only 1 spot away from going to state as a freshman. Very awesome. Most Improved Wrestler, Alexis Brandt. Give it up one more time for all of our wrestlers.
Okay, cheerleading is next. All of the cheerleaders come up. This is all about the cheerleaders. We've got Tiana. Raise your hand. Tiana. Okay. Leah. Okay, Gabby. Liz. Taylor. Dina. Lexi. Cantrell. Kevin, who's not here, and Borrow. These guys worked so hard. We had a lot of choreography and dances and moves to learn, and they held it together like troopers. They did such a great job. We had a great time. So our most valuable is our Captain Taylor Fender. And our most improved, She worked hard to learn all of the moves, and she is up and coming. Is Tiana Berry. Thank you, guys and girls.
All right, forensics team, you know who you are. Come on up. That's right. Come on, the public speakers. Let's see. Is this everybody? Perfect. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for honoring my guys. I like to joke that we're not really the athletic athletes. We are the sports for the mind. We're all about performance. We're all about public speaking. And we probably have the longest season of any of the sports. We go from late August to late April. So it's a once a week thing. We put a lot of power into it. It's amazing to witness how everyone, they come in August, they're a little nervous, they're not too sure, I don't know, I'm kind of scared, I can't memorize, I don't know, Miss Spencer. And then by the end, they're like, oh yeah, I've got this, yes, Miss Spencer, yes. So it's really cool to witness how everybody evolves. And I always say, just wait, give us some time. After Christmas, then you can panic. But for now, let's be cool and let's just go with our skills. So that's right, I'm very proud of this team. We had a great season. And I'm gonna honor everybody because I'm all about the participation trophy because it's a lot to participate in this. You have to overcome a lot of fears. It's not physical, it's more mental. And for that, I commend everybody. Anybody is welcome to join forensics. I'm always recruiting. Just don't come to me too late. That's all I ask. And they know that. That's right, Cantrell. So first I want to honor the folks. Not everybody got to compete at the Invitational this year. That's okay for various reasons. So I wanted to recognize them because just coming to forensics, like I said, every week, devoting yourself to it, that is something special. And you deserve all the recognition. First of all, let's see, we've got Bobby Brown. Woo! Bobby Brown did pros this year, and he was stellar. Next, we have Dalton Stevens. Dalton, let me tell you a little something about Dalton here. Dalton came in and he said, I just want to perform something funny. Can I just get up and do some comedy? Sure. I don't want to compete. I just want to get on stage and want to perform. Great. And man, he did. So I can't just commend him enough. It was brilliant. And I just want to hear one more yuck out of you. The child of the home. You just have to see it to believe it. And I hope he performs again. Next, we have Tiana Berry. Tiana, I have loved watching how you flourish. You came in, you're a little nervous, like, I don't know, I'm not really a public speaker, but I think I want to try it. And by the end, she was like, let me tell you about my family. My family is lovely. We do all kinds of cooking. It's a wonderful thing. So I love it, Tiana. You have certainly grown and flourished, and keep up. Keep up that great work. And last, we have, who am I missing? Of course. How could forget Cantrell Jones. Cantrell is my, here you go, Cantrell.
Oh, what is here?
It's a trophy, Cantrell. And Cantrell is an impromptu speaker. So Cantrell, off the top of your head, what would you say about this trophy that I just presented to you?
This like a bed or something like that. I apologize. I didn't know this was a star. I apologize. Oh, yes, it's a star. Oh my God. This is my gift and all that, because I'm a star.
That's right. Always Mr. Impromptu. Always and forever. All right, moving on. We have my folks who competed in Kentucky, and they did a wonderful job. They all placed. They all did great. They all had fun with it. We had a blast, didn't we, Kentucky folks?
Absolutely.
Yes, we did. Well, we'll move on from that. I know, be impromptu and be happy. All right. So, Rookie of the Year. This is a newbie. She came in and said, I'd like to try this. I'm really good at memorizing. Fabulous. Not many of these folks are, so come on in. Let's do this. So, I'm so proud of her. She killed it, got 3rd place on her first competition. That would be Taylor Fender. And just an FYI, you get a certificate and you get a picture of our team. Display it with pride. Next, we have, oh boy, this is one of our more dedicated players. This guy has been with me, this is my 5th season? Yeah, 5th season as a coach. Been with me from the beginning, hung in there. Didn't place. I kept saying, hang in there, man. You're funny. I love your voice. I love your style. You got this. Finally got 4th place this year, doing some fabulous poetry as he does. Let's give it up for Christian Herrera, our most dedicated. You're welcome. But definitely, he is not alone. I have another long-timer who is also just as dedicated, just as passionate, gets up and does a speech about some of the most wild and off-the-wall topics, and I'm always fascinated, and he has grown so much. He did impromptu as well this year, as well as persuasive. Give it up for our fantastic speaker, Donnie Sands. Good job. And I would be remiss to not mention this lovely lady who her energy, her spirit, her drive, her dedication, and most of all, her attitude just lights up the room. And it makes me feel like, okay, this is why I show up, this is why I coach, and this is why I love to watch a performer become a true and wonderful speaker. Abby Sweet. There you go, can we just give a big hand to our forensics team? Oh, wait. Oh my goodness, I'm so embarrassed. I'm really embarrassed. I don't know what to say. I guess I forgot her name, but I would be remiss to not mention that somebody who has improved so much from the first time she walked in, and I said, you really need to put more inflection in your voice, and maybe you can if you practice enough. I don't know. That would be Sydney Little. Sydney came in and said she is one of the best readers for Braille around. I was like, okay, show me. She showed me, and she hung in there, and she was so dedicated and practiced so hard, so I'm very proud of her evolution. Anyways, everyone, I'm done. Thank you for listening to us. Hear them speak in the future. Thank you. All right, bye, everybody. Give it up for forensics team. Great season. Oh, we need a picture. Picture. Everybody say, public speaking.
Speaking!
want to. All right, we're good. Thank you. Swim team, you all need to stay.
Wow. Someone gave me a mic. People who know me know this could be a mistake. So I have a couple things to say, even though I'm going to be real honest. I asked Mr. Joyner, what do I need to do? Nothing. You need to do nothing. Here I'm standing with the mic. Okay. So, first, there are two things about Mr. Joyner tonight I want to say that he has already brought up. Yes, I did get lifeguard certified this year. It wasn't easy. I'm 60 years old. There were two 17-year-old, probably three more 17-year-old individuals in our lifeguard certification class. Miss Bentley was with me, and first off, two of the girls, they were twins, Clarksville, Montgomery County wrestling team, knew our wrestling team and said, they're tough. So that's how tough our wrestling team is. So Miss Bentley and I were leaving lifeguard certification on Sunday evening. It's about 5 o'clock in the pool for, 5-8 hours. Just, it's rude. I mean, no one needs to be in the pool that long. But Bentley looked at me and goes, Joyner lied. He lied. It was not easy. 60-year-old woman diving to the bottom of an 11-foot pool, not cool. I told the person drowning, in my case, just don't go to the bottom of the pool. I can save you on the top, not on the bottom. First thing they did, they sunk to the bottom of the pool. So, okay, shouldn't have given me the mic. Anyway, this is our fabulous swim team. What an opportunity. A year and a half ago, I didn't even know how to swim. And so I swore that if I'm going to be a swim coach, I'm going to do everything they're going to do. So every morning, I would go to the pool, and if I made them do 200 yards, they could tell you what they had to do. But whatever they did, we did it in the pool with them, too, because that's how you lead. You lead by example, and I think every single coach up here knows what that means. Every teacher in this school knows what that means. We are leaders, our coaches, are examples of that, our teachers, our related services, everybody. We are the leaders in this school, and we help these students every day, and we are just so proud for what they do and how they show up. Ms. Bentley, as much as I heard before we started the swim season, Gardner's the coach, I'm not going out. Fine Branch, don't show up. Fine Teagan, don't show up. They kept showing up. I don't know what that's about. They think they're going to scare me away. It never happened. I'm just going to go with the awards you're supposed to give, because I could talk about every single one of them. There's three things. You're breathing too much, do another lap, and nobody cares. Swim faster. So live by it, be it, do it. No one cares. Swim faster. I'm going to give the award for the most improved swimmer, which I think if you look at some of their personal bests, they all improved significantly, so this is a very hard decision. This individual told me every single day, I quit. Will you swim it for me? And last but not least, can I wear the life preserver? No, Tegan, just start swimming. Tegan is our most improved swimmer.
All right, so I get to hand out the most valuable player, and this swimmer was our most dedicated this year. Not only did he have exceptional perseverance for his individual performance, but he also was a team player. He proactively helped teach and give tips to his teammates that helped improve the entire team's performance. We were very happy that you were able to swim with us this year, and we hope some way that you'll be able to do it again. Ryan Mayberry, you're our most valuable player.
We're the last, so they truly saved the best for last.
Thank you.
I mean, in the nicest way. Can you turn this way? This way. In front of you.
We're almost winding it down for tonight. We have a tradition here to call down the superintendent to receive our trophies that we receive over the year. I just want to say one thing. Schools love coming to Tennessee because we know how to put on an event. Teams also try to beat us no matter where we are. And I'm so proud of this team, the coaches, the staff. We have some trophies here that we would like to present to Mr. Ray if you would like to come down. The track and field girls team this year, they came in second place this year, and I was so proud of them. The conference was here at our school, so thank you so much. That's the game. And then the boys also competed in the conference at our school, and they came in fourth place. So thank you. And then, as we mentioned before, the girls' goalball team came in second place this year. And then here's the wrestling team. Set records. Proud of them. First place. Swimming team. They came in place too with just a few swimmers, so I'm very proud of them as well. This year, when track season started, I had an opportunity to be there early in the mornings with them. And then we started talking about books. And we came across a book that's called Make Your Bed. And it was a military person that came up with the book. He says, if you make your bed first thing in the morning, you have created a habit for yourself and be successful because you already accomplished one thing already that morning. And if you don't, accomplish anything else in the day, you know you're in a clean sheets and also your bed since it was made. So that's a great book. And the students started reading other books. And I started reading the books. We had a list of about 12 books that we've read over the school year. I have it posted in my room. One of the books is called Your Coach is a Farmer. He was a wrestling coach in Clarksville, famous wrestling coach. He was a farmer. He took all of those habits as being a farmer into his wrestling career as a coach. He won several state championships at Clarksville. We started reading those books. And it was just amazing. It was like a book club. They were all coming to me, stopping in my room, saying, I read this book, Mr. Jordan, I read this book. This is what I've learned. And that's why it's so wonderful to have the first classroom in the hall, so I get to see all the students. So it's wonderful. And it's nice. So we go on these trips, and we do ECC skills. What's the first thing that we do when we get there? Everyone makes their bed. And at the last trip that we had for swimming and forensics, I was walking around, didn't have to say a word about making a bed. Everyone made their bed. When they got there, next morning it was made. It was amazing on what they learned throughout the year on the ECC skills. So thank y'all so much for doing that. And then I started on Facebook. We have a student, a former student, that writes stories. And this student is Meredith Burton. She's one of my former students. She wrote a memoir about her life here at TSB. My mom, she likes to go out on the weekends riding around looking at places. She's 85 years old. She's the best. So we went down there too, and Meredith signed our book. She was having a signing at one day in Tullahoma. We just took off, went there, and we saw Meredith. She's writing books. There are audio books as well. And that's part of being forensic. She was on the forensics team. So that was a proud moment. The last couple of awards are coming up that are very dear to me. Can y'all come, all the coaches come up, please. These are the most outstanding athletes for this year. It's been voted on by the coaches. It's not by me. And it's amazing on what we see every year. So this year, let's go with the females. The most outstanding female this year is Alexis Branch. This year, the most outstanding male athlete, Ryan Mayberry. we also have a person that helps us throughout the year. And always has a great attitude, always helps anything that we ask for. Oh, I got it, Mr. Jordan, I got it. And I don't have to worry about it. Miss Mo. I've got two more here to give out. I don't know if anybody knows this or not, that NFL Players Association gives out a scholarship every year. Our coaches here did a wonderful job running something up for this young man and Miss Mo. And it was just outstanding. We got the word that he's in the finals right now to get more money. Right now, he's at $3,000 scholarship. He's been through a lot. I'm not going to make it at graduation. He's got so much joy. Cantrell, you just have to stand up. Cantrell, on behalf of the NFL, you got $3,000 coming your way. I'm kind of biased on this last one. It's called the Keandre Mason Award. This young man, he went to meets with us. He went to track meets. And I was standing up one side one time on the finish line. And he was running just with a grin on his face, just to be happy being out there. He finished the race, and he went to his competitors and shook their hands. And you can tell he was very genuine about it. And then he jumped in an event, and he gave his competitors a high five. And it was just a joy to watch him. And as long as I'm here as an athletic director, we're going to give this award out. The coaches didn't vote on it. It's just the award that I vote on because I have the honor to go on all of these events, all of these meets. And I call them every year about the same time. They live in Memphis. They make this trek all the way from Memphis to come to the school just for this award. Keandre, he's missed. It's been 5 years, I think. And Keandre had the joy of life. And every year, I don't think we can beat it with a person, but I think we got somebody pretty close this year. This person loves life. He loves to have people smile. He loves to encourage the other teams. He likes to win. And he knows how to treat people. And this person this year, if you don't mind coming up. Oh, no. Okay. Thank you. I want to tell you about the Pruitts here. Every time that we went on a meet, anywhere we went, they were there. It's hard to beat. They're there also cheering on everybody else. And that's what it's all about. This year's winner of the Keandre Mason Award, and very dear to me, is Kentrell Jones. I'm glad you're here. Hi. All right. Kentrell, I have misplaced the certificate for you. So they're going to take a picture right here. Keandre has had a tough way. He has persevered through all what he's been through. And he always cheering on somebody else. So thank you so much for y'all. Thank y'all for making that trip to Memphis every year. And that means a lot. So please take this as my token of gratitude. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, ladies.
Can we get a standing ovation for Mr. Joyner and all the work he's put in for us? No one cares about TSB like students more than Mr. Joyner. He's here every day. He's been the last to leave the first period. And as coaches, we're so thankful for his leadership. We're so thankful for his sacrifice and being the example and the role model we all need.
All right, we've been here long enough. We do love y'all, your child, everybody here at the school does. We really appreciate y'all bringing your student to us. So thank y'all so much. And I hope we'll see you next year as well. Y'all be safe going home and everything. Thank you.